RET 647, sorry, entrepreneurship in retailing, as I mentioned, okay, is actually orang kata subjek yang banyak melibatkan assessment. Okay, even not during the ODL, okay, tetapi juga ketika kalau face to face, okay, kita punya subjek ni adalah merupakan subjek yang berbentuk hands on. Okay, berbentuk hands on yang mana alright, okay, sorry. Okay, saya sambung. Okay, untuk RET 647 ni memang kita akan banyak buat hands on, alright, all the activities. Okay, so and then this subject as well, there is no final exam even though during the non ODL, okay, sebelum kita pandemik, this subject memang tiada final exam. Okay, so you can expect and also you can predict that this subject, because of this is 100% continuous assessment. Okay, so you can expect that this subject we're going to be kita akan buat, okay, there is a lot of activities and also discussion right throughout the semester. Okay, so for this RET 647, okay, I will use 100% UFuture as a platform for us to share all the material, okay, especially the notes dan sebagainya. Okay, yang mana you all boleh seperti biasa, seperti semester-semester yang lepas, okay, you boleh download, okay, all the material di dalam iDiscuss, where I will, okay, share, alright, all the notes, okay, week by week, okay, in the iDiscuss, alright. And for the class, I will do the lecture, okay, secara direct dengan you all every class, insyaAllah. Okay. Okay, and then apa tadi saya stop. Okay, untuk UFuture, alright, and sekiranya ada notes, tapi seingat saya for the notes for RET 647 tak ada masalah, semuanya saya akan share di dalam iDiscuss sahaja. Okay, for the method of the submission, okay, method of submission for all the assessment, okay, saya akan gunakan Google Classroom, okay, so saya akan bagi the links, okay, for you at the end of the semester nanti for the submission of all the group assignment. Okay, so basically for RET 647 kita akan ada 4 assessment. Okay, mana-mana subjek pun kebanyakannya memang semuanya 4 assessment, betul. Okay, it's a requirement, it's a 4 assessment. Okay, so for the 4 assessment, all assessment is a group assessment, iaitu kita ada 3 group project dan 1 kita ada test. Okay, where the test will be cover from chapter 1 until chapter 8. Okay, kita akan cover semua chapter yang kita belajar throughout the semester. Dan juga kita akan ada 3 group project. So macam saya cakap tadi lah, okay, please find the group member yang betul-betul yang you rasa boleh bekerjasama. Okay, because of this is a group project, banyak kerja-kerja yang melibatkan orang kata involvement of each parties, okay, dalam group tersebut. Kalau ada free rider, okay, apa yang berlaku selalunya, okay, kalau you tengok kadang-kadang benda ni senang saja. Okay, group project yang saya bagi selalunya semua adalah benda-benda yang melibatkan your effort. Kalau kata group member sendiri pun tak ada effort nak buat, okay, dia akan affect other members punya mark as well, okay, because of the marks saya akan bagi secara sama rata. Kalau simpulan dapat 50, maknanya group project tu semua 50. Okay, all the team members, because of this is the group project. Okay, again, this is a group project, it's not an individual project. Kalau individual project, yes, okay, I will assess you based on your performance as individual, but for the group project, everybody saya akan assess secara group. Okay, so I hope that you can turn on the camera. Tak best lah saya seorang saja yang turn on the camera, but the rest semua tak nampak dekat mana kan. So please turn on the camera. Ni kita dah semester 1, 2, 3, 4 dan 4 semester dah. Okay, dalam ODL ni 5 semester dah, di semester masih lagi pensyarah kena ingatkan, okay, sila turn on the camera. Okay, sila boleh turn on the camera. Barulah kita nampak kawan-kawan.
Madam, laptop saya tak ada webcam. Sorry,
alright,
madam. Madam, saya tak ada Laptop saya tak ada webcam.
Okay, the rest?
Sorry madam.
Okay, for the study plan and all, okay, you may download from the iDisguise as well. Okay, sebenarnya saya dah upload dah semuanya untuk study plan, tetapi future you all tak boleh access lagi. Hopefully by today semuanya dah okay, then you can alright, you can download the study plan. Okay, so I will share with you alright about the study plan. Okay, apa yang kita akan cover throughout this semester. Yang lain ada ke tu kat depan? Senyap je tu. Okay, sorry. Alright, boleh dengar suara saya?
Boleh madam.
Okay, so saya akan share with you okay about this study plan okay for this semester. Alright, entrepreneurship in retailing. So for the credit hour is for semester 5 students. Okay, so kita akan tengok what are the topics okay yang kita akan cover throughout the semester. Alright, kalau you tengok dekat sini, okay, macam saya maklumkan, kita akan ada lebih kurang 8 chapter, okay. So basically for chapter 1, okay, kita akan belajar berkaitan dengan becoming the entrepreneurship, become the entrepreneur, okay. So for this chapter, kita akan tengok, okay, we're gonna look about the pathway to be entrepreneur, okay, and then kita akan tengok what is entrepreneurship, alright, and then kita akan tengok the different type of entrepreneur, iaitu kita ada traditional entrepreneur, home based entrepreneur, internet entrepreneur, dan juga kita tengok okay berkaitan dengan serial of portfolio entrepreneur dan juga the opportunity and also the challenges. Okay, and then chapter 2 is about the creating and preparing and also starting the business. Okay, so for this part, okay, the chapter 2 kita akan tengok, okay, as a entrepreneur, as a new entrepreneur, the importance of finding the mentor. Okay, who is actually the mentor? Alright, and then what are the type of mentor that we as a new entrepreneur must have? Okay, and then okay, we also have to learn about the network. Okay, when we doing the business, kita nak buat business, of course we must have a network. Okay, because of network give a lot of advantage to us as an entrepreneur. Okay, and then kita akan tengok berkaitan dengan okay, attending business, forum, discussion, and seminar is actually the way on how we as a entrepreneur to find the network. Okay, and then next one kita akan tengok berkaitan dengan entrepreneur skill. Okay, what are the skills that each of the entrepreneur must have? Okay, and then we learn about the industry. Okay, and then kita akan tengok berkaitan dengan new business. Okay, as let's say that we as entrepreneur, okay, kita as entrepreneur ni kita ada variety of option. Okay, sama ada kita nak start a business, okay, where we start from scratch, okay, maksudnya we start a new business, okay, yang memang tak pernah wujud lagi contohnya, ataupun okay, we as entrepreneur is actually we are running the family business, okay, yang mana kita punya, orang kata kita punya modul, okay, kita punya model of business is actually family business, ataupun kita ada buyout, okay, kita buat business, okay, we become an entrepreneur because of we do the buyout. Okay, nanti kita belajar apa itu buyout, and then we also learn about the franchising. Okay, franchising maksudnya kalau kita ni as entrepreneur, kita nak jadi entrepreneur ni kita boleh opt. Okay, sama ada macam saya cakap tadi, kita boleh start the business from zero. Okay, we start from zero, we start from scratch, ataupun kita boleh jadi entrepreneur yang mana kita ni okay, do a franchising. Okay, yang maksudnya kat sini franchising ni kita pay for the license, okay, to run the business of other company. Okay, franchising, and also we have the licensing. Okay, apa beza licensing dan juga franchising nanti kita akan cerita. Okay, alright, and then next one, chapter 3, okay, we look at about the business concept. Alright, so for the business concept, we look at about the ownership of the business. Okay, so we look at the ownership of the business. Kita ada sama ada sole proprietorship, kita ada partnership, corporation, and also kita ada limited liability. Each of these ownership, they do have different characteristic dan juga dia ada different requirement. Dan of course, each of these business ownership ini, dia ada dia punya advantages and also disadvantages yang tersendiri. Okay, so kalau you all pernah dengar sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation, and limited liability, these are the same thing that you learn before this. Kalau mungkin pernah belajar dekat waktu SPM dulu dan sebagainya, ni kita belajar semula, okay, berkaitan dengan the ownership of business. Okay, and then next, okay, as entrepreneur, you want to start a business, you dah tahu dah, alright, you punya ownership, okay, jenis ownership apa yang you want to choose. Now, we look at about the company legal requirement. Okay, what are the legal requirement we as entrepreneur must follow, okay, once we decided to open the business. Kalau kita start from the scratch, okay, these are the legal requirement that we must have. Okay, different industry, different business entity, different business concept, they do have different legal requirement. Okay, so kita kena tahu, contoh kalau kita nak buka restaurant, we do have different legal requirement. Kalau kita nak hotel, kita ada legal requirement. Berbeza kita nak buka nursery, taska dan sebagainya, kita ada different legal requirement yang perlu kita tahu. Okay, and the next one, okay, ada this topic kita akan belajar berkaitan dengan the feasibility of the business. Okay, once we decided to open the business, of course we need to do the feasibility study. Feasibility study ni sebenarnya adalah analysis of the situation, okay, about the businesses. Alright, these are the 360 analysis about the business. So for this feasibility of the business, kita akan study berkaitan dengan market and demand, alright, about the product and services that we offer. We learn about the channel supplier, okay, the location, and also the price strategies that we gonna use, alright, and also about the competitive strategies. Actually, these are things that we already learned, alright, daripada semester 2 dahulu kita dah belajar konsep, kemudian kita dah belajar semester 4, kita dah belajar supply chain. These are all the things that actually we comprise together in this topic. Okay, alright, ini adalah berkaitan dengan chapter 3. Okay, clear? You all clear? Alright. Okay, chapter 4, alright, kita akan berkaitan dengan financial requirement. Okay, for this financial requirement, Okay, kita nak kena tengok berkaitan kita punya financial requirement. Alright, so for this project financial requirement, we look at about the purpose and also the needs of doing this forecasting. We want to run the business, of course, one of the critical element that we have to focus is actually about the financial. So we have to know what are the needs of the financial forecasting, and also at this part kita akan belajar berkaitan dengan forecasting our profitability, forecast our asset, we want to forecast our cash flow, and also we want to know the source of our financing, where we can get the capital. Okay, so actually we have a variety, various type of source of financing, for instance, that we can get from government, bank, and also other sources. Nanti kita akan tengok. Alright, and actually the fund is by the employee. Okay, so for this employee, actually more on the human resource part, alright. Yang mana kita akan tengok for this chapter, kita akan belajar berkaitan dengan the needs of identifying quality staff. Why the quality staff is important? Okay, and then we look at the source of staffing. Okay, where we as entrepreneur want to get staff. Okay, and then once we already know the source of the staffing, then kita akan masuk berkaitan dengan selecting, how we want to select, how we want to train, and also we have to know how we want to compensate our staff appropriately. Okay, so the compensation kita akan tengok different type of compensation. Okay, and then chapter 6 is about the enterprise marketing. So what is enterprise marketing? Okay, and this topic, nama dia enterprise marketing, tapi kita akan belajar sebenarnya enterprise marketing is actually the new concept. Okay, there is a new concept that we learn about the marketing. Okay, so kita akan tengok under this enterprise marketing we learn about the goal. Okay, as entrepreneur, what are the goals of our business? Okay, how we want to set our goals, and also how we want to set the goals using this SMART concept. Okay, SMART ini sebenarnya dia punya short form. Okay, the short form of the method of doing the goals. Okay, and then this enterprise marketing kita akan belajar juga berkaitan dengan marketing and also the sales strategy. Okay, about the branding. Okay, the importance of branding. Okay, our name, logo, and also the tagline. And also we learn about the promotional strategy. These are the things that we already learned actually. Okay, and then we look about the negotiation. Okay, the importance and also the method of doing the negotiation. Okay, and then we learn about the customer relationship, and also at this part as well, we learn about the business failure. What are the reasons? Okay, what are the reasons? Mainly, especially the new businesses. Okay, new entrepreneur they fail. Okay, during their business. Okay, apa reason yang menyebabkan kita punya business fail? Alright, and then chapter 7 is about the business plan. Alright, the importance of preparing the business plan. Okay, for this chapter kita akan belajar berkaitan dengan the purpose of doing the business plan, we look at the content and also the format of the business plan, and we learn about the effective written presentation and also presenting the business plan. Maksudnya kita dah prepare the business plan, okay, kita dah tahu the purpose of doing the business plan. Now we have to know what are the effective way we want to present our business plan in front of our potential funder. Contohnya kalau kita buat business plan ni, selalunya kita buat business plan because we want to get the capital. So kita akan present kita punya business proposal ni. Okay, business plan kita ni, contohnya saya nak dapatkan fund, maka saya akan present the fund, potential investor, atau saya akan present in front of the bank officer. So then saya nak convince them about my businesses, that my business is actually a business yang profitable, can sustain in the market, alright, and also have a good potential. So saya nak present depan mereka apakah benda-benda yang perlu saya tekankan during the presentation. Okay, and then chapter 8 is about the managing growth, change and risk. So for this type, this chapter kita akan tengok the type of growth. Okay, what are the type of growth each of the entrepreneur can look into? Okay, sebab kita ada different strategy yang mana kita boleh expand our businesses. Okay, sampai kita nak expand kita punya business ke other market dan sebagainya, kita akan tengok this ada chapter. And also as entrepreneur we have to expect about the changes. Okay, so kita akan belajar juga different type of changes and also what are the characteristics of each of these changes, dan juga kita akan tengok how we want to rectify the issue of orang kata risk of doing the changes. Okay, sebab bila kita buat business ni kadang-kadang kita terpaksa berubah. We have to make changes. Sometimes not because of our internal orang kata internal issues, tapi juga contohnya macam sekarang ni, okay, waktu pandemik kita terpaksa berubah because of the situation, okay, the external factors. So bila ini berlaku, what are the things that we as entrepreneur have to do? Okay, macam mana kita nak orang kata kita nak reduce or minimize the risk ataupun minimize the impact of these changes to our company. Nanti kita kata. And another one, we learn about the risk. Okay, for this risk, we have to know what type of risk that each of the entrepreneur, okay, the businesses have to face. Bila kita join the business, bila kita start doing the business, actually we are facing a lot of risk. So, apakah jenis risikonya dan what are the orang kata characteristic and also the way, okay, orang kata the strategy on how we want to handle the risk, kita akan belajar this part. Okay, so basically these are all the chapter, iaitu chapter all 8 chapter, okay, yang kita akan cover throughout the semester. Okay, once kita dah finish all the chapters, insyaAllah kita akan do the test. Okay, so macam saya cakap tadi, the test will be covered from chapter 1 until chapter 8. Alright, so now we move to the assessment. Okay, so for the assessment, okay, kalau you tengok dekat sini, okay, kita ada test. Okay, for the test is individual 20%. Okay, and then kita akan ada group assignment 1 yang kita punya business plan, iaitu for the business plan is 30%, 20% is some of the report, and 10% adalah your presentation. Okay, again, business plan kita punya contribution to your assessment adalah 20% adalah 30%, 20% is your report, and 10% adalah presentation. And then another group assignment, group assignment tu kita ada case study. Okay, for the case study is 20%, and then group assignment 3 social media portfolio is actually kalau kita tengok kat sini is 30%. So you boleh nampak dekat sini adalah semuanya adalah sebanyak 100% lah, and then all the assessment adalah 100%. Okay, so kalau you tengok dekat sini kita punya assessment kita ada point iaitu test, group assignment 1 iaitu punya business plan, iaitu consist of the report and also the presentation. Alright, and then kita ada group assignment 2 iaitu kita punya case study 20%, and also we have the group assignment 3 iaitu social media portfolio iaitu 30%. Okay, alright, so saya akan terangkan nanti in detail each of this assessment, okay, for you, so that you get the ideas what you have to do, okay, about your assessment. Right? So basically kalau kita nampak dekat sini business plan, okay, means that you have to prepare the business plan. You have to find out, okay, the type of businesses that you want to do, okay, for this semester. Okay, cuma apa yang bezanya for this group project, okay, the business plan, you have to come up, okay, you have to come up with the business. Okay, you have to come up the business yang mana. Alright, the business is actually the business yang, okay, you take the opportunity during this pandemic. Okay, maksudnya you nampak, okay, during this pandemic, these are the business that really orang kata needed by the people. Ini adalah benda yang you perlu buat. Bukan buat business plan yang macam selalu okay, saya nak buka restoran, saya nak buka hotel dan sebagainya. You have to think about the pandemic. Okay, during this pandemic kita dah berada dalam lebih kurang 2 tahun setengah. Okay, during this pandemic, what are the businesses that you think it is actually the businesses that give a lot of opportunity for us as entrepreneur? Yang mana you nampak, okay, waktu pandemik ini bukan, walaupun you nak kata pandemik ni banyak menyebabkan bisnes tutup, tidak. Okay, sebenarnya waktu pandemik ni as entrepreneur kita boleh nampak it is actually an opportunity for us. Okay, kenapa kita kata opportunity? Because of pandemik ni walaupun dia memberikan kita a challenge, okay, problem to many people, tetapi problem tu sebenarnya kita boleh turn it become an opportunity. Okay, as an entrepreneur kita nampak problem ni kita boleh turn dia jadi opportunity. So, what are the things, okay, what are the businesses yang you boleh nampak, okay, yang you boleh nampak yang mana, okay, waktu pandemik ini adalah business yang sangat bersesuaian, yang mana you boleh come out, yang mana these businesses can solve the customer problem. Okay, can solve the people problem. Okay, so you kena come out dengan business tersebut. Okay, contoh saya bagi, okay, waktu kita pandemik ni, okay, kalau sebelum ini kita punya, kalau kita lah nak contoh ya, kalau kita nak beli barang dan sebagainya, memang kita pergi kedai, betul tak? Okay, tetapi during this pandemic, kita boleh nampak sekarang ni, okay, even you want to buy the groceries, you just can buy, alright, the groceries secara online. Tak perlu lagi nak beli secara, orang kata tak perlu lagi ke kedai dan sebagainya. Even though sekarang ni kita dah boleh keluar rumah seperti biasa, dah bebas seperti biasa, tetapi but still, this business is actually become one of the business yang orang dah kenal. Okay, orang dah selesa untuk guna pakai. Okay, orang nak beli groceries, dia dah boleh beli secara online. Okay, before this is quite, orang kata, limited numbers of businesses ataupun entrepreneur yang introduce this kind of business, and the customer pun belum lagi, orang kata, belum lagi aware about this business, tetapi because of the pandemic, orang tak boleh keluar waktu MCO dan sebagainya. Okay, this entrepreneur dia nampak this is actually opportunity, dia create one business yang mana dia become. Okay, dia create the business yang mana dia create the online groceries. Okay, customer tak perlu keluar rumah. Okay, just click everything that they want via website ataupun via the apps. Then, okay, the entrepreneur, they just have to send the product directly to the customer house. Okay, which is actually the new things. Okay, sebelum ni kalau kita nak beli online, kita beli barang-barang macam fashion item dan sebagainya kan. Tetapi sekarang ni tak lagi. Okay, not only the, kita kata not only the fashion item, tapi juga kita dah boleh beli all this online grocery product. Okay, so saya nak you all think, okay, apa orang kata, among your group members nanti, okay, apakah business yang kita boleh come up, alright, waktu pandemik ini. Okay, sebab nanti benda pertama yang saya akan tanya, okay, during the discussion dan sebagainya, okay, what the difference between your business with other businesses before the pandemic? So you have to come out, okay, apakah your justification yang mengatakan, right, this is actually the point why, okay, this business must be exist during the pandemic. Okay, boleh faham ke? Okay, so dia adalah roughly sedikit saya cerita berkaitan dengan business proposal. Okay, and then next one is about the case study. Alright, so for the case study is actually basically you have to find one issue. Okay, you have to find one issue yang mana isu ni adalah berkaitan dengan any entrepreneurship, okay, any businesses, either the international or local businesses, yang mana you boleh nampak it is actually the issue of the company. Okay, contoh you have to come out, it's not only about the case study ni bukan setakat, okay, kalau kita tengok, okay, contoh ya, berkaitan dengan Cadbury. Okay, Cadbury sebelum ini dia pernah ada isu berkaitan dengan halal. Okay, so we are not only talking about the halal, but actually you have to come out, okay, what are actually the orang kata the root issue of this case study. Okay, the title is about the halal issue, tetapi you kena tahu, you kena orang kata you kena adapt, and also you kena orang kata apa ni, Allahu Akbar, you kena align, and also you kena apply the theory that you learn throughout the semester, daripada you punya study daripada semester 2 sampai semester 4, apa yang you telah belajar dalam this case study. Yang mana contoh kalau kita tengok berkaitan dengan halal, okay, what are the issue about halal of this Cadbury? Okay, bila adanya orang, okay, kata, okay, it is more about the word of mouth issue. Okay, orang mempertikaikan berkaitan dengan halal dan sebagainya. Okay, so how this company, okay, contohnya the Cadbury, dia rectify ataupun dia solve the issue. So kalau basically kalau kita nampak berkaitan benda ini, okay, dia adalah berkaitan dengan public relation issue. Contoh, what they did, okay, Cadbury contohnya more about PR, okay, they come up with the strategy yang mana, okay, they do the PR, they do the press conference, okay, they do the press conference, okay, to clear the issue, alright, yang mana, okay, they buat press statement as well, okay, they put it in the newspaper, okay, yang mana ini adalah berkaitan dengan PR concern. Okay, so maksudnya dekat sini you have to put in the theory as well di dalam you punya case study. It's not only about, okay, cerita contoh ya, apa yang saya boleh cerita dengan you, okay, dia cerita contoh Samsung, okay, ada Samsung, one of the issue Samsung, okay, berkaitan dengan dia punya produk, Okay, produk dia meletup. So daripada awal case study sampai habis, dia punya discussion semua cerita pasal bateri meletup. It's not only that. Okay, the case study is not only you ambil cerita daripada internet tu, cerita meletup, bateri meletup, company the factory panggil, call balik, semua Samsung call balik all the customer to return back the product. It's not only that. Okay, itu hanya the last surface saja. For the case study, the analysis, what you have to do is, okay, you have to know, okay, bila berlakunya berkaitan dengan all this issue, you kena tahu, okay, itu adalah berkaitan dengan apa? Okay, contohnya itu adalah berkaitan dengan bateri meletup dan sebagainya. Itu adalah berkaitan dengan apa? It's more about the quality assurance contohnya. So you have to tell us about the quality assurance, contoh the performance of the product dan sebagainya. And then how the company rectify the issue. Okay, contohnya you kata tadi, okay, dia panggil back all the produk dan sebagainya. It's not only that. You have to align dan juga you kena relate with the theory. Okay, ni saya cerita banyak ditulis ke tidak ni? Nanti kan kena ulang lagi masa semula nanti. Okay, kita ada record dia. Alright, okay, itu adalah case study 20%. Alright, and then the last kita punya assignment, okay, kita ada social media portfolio. So for this social media portfolio is actually the business online. Okay, yang mana for this business online, okay, you have to create, alright, the social media platform, okay, for you to sell the product. Tapi kita akan jual produk ni adalah secara dummy saja. Okay, kita hanya for the, orang kata for the business purpose sahaja. Okay, kita buat ni hanyalah untuk business purpose sahaja. Okay, nanti saya akan tunjuk dekat you apa yang you perlu buat. Okay, contohnya you have to share about the you kena prepare the teaser, okay, the soft sell and also the hard sell. Okay, the hard sell lebih kepada kalau kita tengok the social media portfolio ni, how you want to create the content for your social media platform. Meaning that for the social media report ini, portfolio ni, you have to do the business secara online. So the business will be, okay, any type of business. Kalau tadi business plan tu mestilah business yang berkaitan dengan pandemic, but for the social media portfolio tidak. Okay, it's depend on you. Alright, sama ada you nak buat apa-apa jenis business yang kita boleh buat secara online, boleh you boleh create untuk social media portfolio business. Okay, so untuk social media portfolio ini, okay, ini lebih kepada effort juga sebenarnya, because of you have to post. Okay, nanti saya akan sharekan the rubric. Okay, setiap assignment ni nanti saya akan share all the rubrics. You can follow the rubrics. Okay, you boleh tengok berapa banyak. Okay, contohnya untuk teaser, berapa banyak post yang you perlu letakkan dalam you punya platform untuk teaser. For the hard sell, untuk kita punya soft sell, berapa banyak hard sell and soft sell, berapa banyak, okay, post yang you perlu buat. Okay, apa yang berlaku, okay, kalau kita tengok sebenarnya untuk social media portfolio, these are the part, okay, these are the group project yang very easy for you to score. Believe me, because of, again, as I mentioned, this is based on your effort. Everybody take part, do their post. Okay, insyaAllah kalau kita ada contoh ya, satu grup 5 orang, okay, setiap orang 5 post satu hari, contohnya, insyaAllah boleh fulfill the rubric. Apa yang berlaku pernah jadi, okay, the group tu dia tak buat, okay, dia post sikit, rugilah. Sedangkan it's not about, orang kata kalau you rajin, you post ikut the rubric, you boleh dapat full mark for this part. Why you want to waste the marks, betul tak? Sebab ini adalah melibatkan kita punya effort sahaja sebenarnya. Okay, fulfill all the rubric. Okay, contoh saja, kalau katalah hard sell, you kena post 26. Post dah 26 rubric, 26 post. Tapi ada group, dia post 10 saja. Kan rugi? Sedangkan ini group project, bukannya individual. This is the group project. Okay, everybody take part, do it properly, insyaAllah. For this group project assignment 3 ni, senang sangat untuk you all score because of, okay, this is based on your effort. So rugi maka, okay, rugi maka group tersebut sebab dia tak ikut pun the rubric. Okay, dia buat ala kadar saja hantar. Report pun macam orang kata macam melepaskan batuk di tangga. Faham tak maksudnya melepaskan batuk di tangga ni? Dia buat ala kadar je, sedangkan ini group project. Rugi. Try to make your, do your best, okay, make this report, okay, because of easy for us to score for this part, okay, social media portfolio ni. Sebab macam saya cakap tadi, is based on our effort. So kita I believe everybody dia akan, semua orang, okay, bila you buat group project ni, you akan orang kata you akan divide the task kan, okay. Jadinya semua orang, okay, semua orang perlu take part, involve, buat part masing-masing. InsyaAllah you boleh fulfill all the requirement and also the rubric. Follow saja rubric, okay. I will mark based on the rubric. You cukup the rubric, okay, you cukup follow the rubric, you entitled to get full marks, tak ada masalah, alright. Sebab ini adalah melibatkan orang kata kerja usaha you kan, okay. So buat habis baik. Sebab tu saya kata awal-awal tadi, because of all this project is actually the group project, please make sure everybody take part. Okay, jangan ada free rider. Kalau ada yang free rider ni, okay, sleeping partner dan sebagainya, please inform me as soon as possible. Okay, alright. So for the text, okay, these are all the textbooks yang you boleh refer for kita punya chapter. Okay, alright. Nanti you boleh download di iDiscuss, okay, for the study plan. InsyaAllah nanti saya akan cerita in detail lagi setiap kita punya assessment. Okay, tetapi saya akan mention you awal-awal ya, sebab kita punya pertama saya akan terus masuk, okay, selepas chapter 1 dan chapter 1 dan chapter 2, insyaAllah saya akan terus masuk, saya akan jump terus masuk business plan, kerana kita akan buat terus kita punya business plan. Okay, kita tak akan tunggu sampai chapter 6, okay, baru kita masuk business plan, tidak. Saya akan terus masuk business plan dahulu, because of saya akan bagi you overview what is all about the business plan, dan kita boleh terus masuk untuk kita buat discussion dan kita punya, saya akan check your progress on your business plan. Okay, so kita akan terus masuk berkaitan dengan business plan. Okay, dan juga saya akan share, okay, kita akan setiap minggu, okay, setiap minggu kita akan ada discussion, insyaAllah, alright, the discussion on each of your you punya assessment. So jangan terkejut kalau minggu ni tiba-tiba saya tanya berkaitan dengan business plan, minggu depan saya akan tanya berkaitan dengan social media dan sebagainya. Okay, setiap group dia akan present, okay, in front of me. Okay, setiap group akan present your progress. Okay, saya tak akan tunggu hujung semester baru untuk saya check, tidak. Saya akan check in progress setiap kerja-kerja yang you lakukan, boleh kata setiap minggu. Okay, kita akan selang-selikan dengan assessment lain. Okay, clear?
Clear, madam. So far clear.
Okay, so kita ada lebih kurang 17 orang. Nanti saya akan inform, okay, untuk setiap kumpulan berapa orang untuk kita punya assessment ini. Okay. Dan juga saya akan share with you the deadline for the submission. Okay, so meaning that you all boleh prepare, dah siap-siap, you boleh terus masuk you all punya calendar, okay, the date for the submission. So saya dah akan bagi awal-awal, okay.
Haikal buka kamera Haikal.
Sorry, ada apa-apa soalan?
Tak ada, madam.
Ada. Okay, nanti saya akan post, okay, the importance date for the submission dan juga kita punya all the assessment dan juga the rubric. So the first thing first, okay, after this you have to find your group members. Okay, you have to find the group members dan juga, okay, you will share with me, alright, the name of your the team member for each assessment di dalam WhatsApp group. Okay, satu lagi saya nak ingatkan semua pelajar. Okay, please make sure, okay, because of kita guna Google Meet, okay, bila Google Meet tak ada masalah, okay, you all guna email UiTM betul tak? So you all keluar terus nama you all. Okay, so hopefully after this kalau kita guna Gmeet, okay, make sure that you use your UiTM email because of easy for us, alright, to identify siapa you all. Dan juga yang penting sekali, okay, bila kita guna Google Meet, kalau you guna UiTM email, okay, you boleh terus join, okay, orang kata the Gmeet directly. You don't have to wait for me to approve you. Okay, betul tak? So tak payah lagi nak tunggu saya nak klik, okay, nak approve you to join. Okay, you can join immediately. Okay? So ada apa-apa soalan? Kalau tak ada apa-apa soalan lagi, insyaAllah, okay, kita akan start kita punya first lecture, okay, pada minggu hadapan. Okay, so boy, Afiq dah senyum dah minggu depan. Dah senyum dah Afiq. Okay, walaupun minggu depan adalah hari Isnin, kita dah start puasa, please make sure 8.30 kita masuk kelas ya. Alright, bangun
Waktu sama agak madam. Waktu sama agak tak ada ubah apa.
Setakat hari ini saya punya jadual masih lagi tak ada perubahan.
Tu lah. Sebab sebelum ni tak apa, abaikan lah, lupa nak cakap.
Apa dia lupa nak cakap Afiq? Kita pun tak tahu. Biasalah awal-awal semester ni biasanya perubahan tu tetap akan ada. Okay, ada je perubahan sebab kita punya timetable is not stable yet. Okay, banyak. Ni especially lagi di semester kita gunakan sistem baru, okay, untuk kita punya timetable. So masih lagi akan ada perubahan. Saya pun nervous juga nak tunggu perubahan ni. Okay, so setakat hari ni baru Isnin kan, so bila hari ni pun banyak lagi student baru nak start, nak register dan sebagainya. So setakat ni kita guna pakailah jadual ni. Okay, once kalau katalah saya ada terima perubahan, then we have to change our timetable. Okay, macam kita tahulah kan awal semester macam tu lah. Okay, every semester ada je perubahan. Okay, alright, so 8.30 kita akan mulakan kelas. Okay, insyaAllah 8.30 pagi. Okay, jangan lambat Afiq, minggu depan dah tak boleh breakfast ya Afiq ya.
Nanti pasal lupa.
Jangan lupa. Okay, so 8.30 kita akan masuk kelas. Okay, insyaAllah. Alright, lepas sahur tu jangan terus tidur. Nanti lepas sahur kalau tidur terus tak boleh bangun. Nanti jadi ngantuk kan. Bangun je terus sampai pagi. Okay, insyaAllah, alright, tak ngantuknya. Okay, tak ada ngantuknya. Malam tu tidur awal. Okay, so that pagi kita boleh start kelas seperti biasa. Okay, kalau ikut jadual kita, satu lagi adalah pada hari Khamis. Betul tak? Sorry, hari Rabu.
Rabu
petang 24.
24.
Okay, okay, hari Rabu pada pukul 2 sehingga pukul 4. Okay? Ya Nadira.
Rabu ke Selasa?
Selasa kot madam.
Sorry, Selasa
Selasa.
Saya jadual aku silap lah. Ingat Selasa cuti.
Kejap saya pun kejap betul tu. Jadual baru saya pun masih confused lagi. Oh ya betul.
Selasa 24 madam.
Betul 24 hari Selasa. Okay?
Selasa ada kelas.
Ada dek. Selasa pukul 24. Hopefully saya harap sangat jadual.
Haikal ajaran sesat.
Alright, so you all have to make sure you all pun selalu tengok ya kalau ada perubahan apa-apa. Okay? So kalau tak
Madam, saya ada satu soalan.
Faris.
Kalau pasal case study tu kan madam cakap kita kena come up with issue regarding to the company. And then before kita proceed tu, kita nak consult dengan madam dulu ke macam mana topik?
Ya, nanti kita akan you all akan cari artikel okay dalam internet, okay, Google dan sebagainya lah, tak kisah, ataupun newspaper dan sebagainya, boleh, tak ada masalah. Any issue berkaitan dengan any company, international ataupun local yang berkaitan, contoh mungkin pasal advertisement ke, unethical advertisement ke dan sebagainya, boleh, nanti kita akan discuss. Okay, you all setiap group akan tunjuk pada saya okay the articles, okay, apa isu berkaitan dengan artikel tersebut. Okay, so kalau kita tengok okay, right, then you will proceed with the case study. Okay?
Alright.
Kita tunjuk dulu.
Alright, madam.
Okay, ada apa-apa soalan?
Madam,
Ya, saya.
untuk group assignment maksimum berapa orang?
Okay, saya akan share dengan you hari ini dalam WhatsApp group sebab saya baru tahu hari ini ada 17 orang, so nanti saya akan bahagikan okay, untuk setiap group berapa orang. Okay? Alright, so you want me to find your team member or you all sendiri yang decide your team member?
Macam better kalau kita orang pilih sendiri.
Okay. Alright, tak ada masalah. Okay. Ada kelas dia nak saya decide sendiri. Okay, I mean that dia nak check, dia nak orang kata pembaruan kan. Dia nak dengan team member yang baru. Okay, tak ada masalah. So you can decide your team sendiri. Okay. Alright, ada apa-apa soalan lagi? Nadira tadi mungkin ada kot. Nadira angkat resign tadi. Kenapa Nadira?
Tak apa, Syah dah tanya dah.
Syah dah tanya. So hari ni saya akan share with you berkaitan dengan kita punya team member. Okay, so insyaAllah kita akan divide lah satu grup berapa orang nanti. Okay, ada apa-apa soalan?
So far clear, madam.
Clear ya. So nanti saya akan share all the assessment dan juga the rubric. So you have, kalau you all buat assessment tu nanti tengok rapat-rapat lah. Tengok rapat-rapat ya. Okay, tengok. Always check with your rubric. Tengok rubric supaya you all boleh tahu sama ada you all ni di landasan yang betul ke tidak. Okay. And very important my class, saya ingat dah you all ni. Yang buat nakal-nakal masa kelas saya dulu tu make sure bertaubat ya.
Nama medium nama.
Nakal-nakal
Okay. Nakal-nakal apa ya? Okay, kan saya share nanti saya share bila time to time. Okay, memanglah saya nak share juga kan. Nanti saya cerita awal-awal kelas ni, saya tak naklah cerita dulu. Okay, bila tiba masanya nanti saya akan cerita apa kenakalan you all ni. Saya memang tunggu juga ketibaan waktunya, dah tiba dah waktunya. Okay, so nanti saya akan share lah. Imbas kembali apa yang you all dah buat di semester 2. Okay, saya akan share semula di semester 5. Supaya anda bertaubat nasuha, tidak lakukan perkara yang sama di ketika semester 5. Apakah itu? Sebut Afiq dah fikir dah, dia dah throwback balik. Okay, so Afiq boleh throwback
ya. Tak tahu saya baik lah.
Memang
tak-
baik.
Tak buat benda-benda nakal, saya tak tahu.
Tak tahu nanti tak apa, nanti Afiq saya share yang nakal tu apa.
Saya pula kena.
Tak, saya share dengan semua.
Oh.
Saya share dengan semua kan. 17 orang dalam kelas ni, jadi saya akan share dengan 17 orang lah. Supaya kegiatan-kegiatan aktiviti-aktiviti nakal itu tidak diulangi lagi ketika kelas saya semester ini. Dan you all semua bertaubat nasuha. So di bulan-bulan Ramadan ni nanti semoga syaitan-syaitan itu sebenarnya apa orang kata kenakalan-kenakalan itu sebenarnya memanglah gangguan syaitan. Bukannya lah daripada you all kan.
Betul.
Okay. Alright. Okay. So nanti kita jumpa lagi for next class insyaAllah. Okay. Siapa yang tak ada kelas kita ni hari ni ya? Siapa seorang tak ada? Itulah kenapa lah you future tak boleh ni masuk ni. So hopefully hari ni dah boleh lah ya. Okay, tak apa. Alright. Thank you so much. Nanti kita jumpa lagi next class. Okay. Assalamualaikum semua. Thank you so much. Okay. Jumpa lagi nanti for next class. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, thank you madam.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, madam.
Thank you, Madam.
Madam. Thank you.